kind of how you work a deal. You look at location, you look at what's wrong with the house, what's positive about the house, and then you look at square footage, what in the area is selling per square footage, what you can buy it for, what you think you could sell it for, your ARV, and that's how you make an offer. I mean, if this came in if this was already, let's say $375,000, then our numbers would be a lot tighter. Then we might, when we do it, we're like, wow, even if you fix it up, you may only get $120, $130 a square foot. So that may not be a deal, but they're already starting at way below $70 a square foot. And in this market, that's really good to find any house with that much square footage. All right, welcome back. My name is Jason.
I'm Colter.
And this is the Massive and Passive Income Show. And we've got a great episode today.
Yeah, I'm excited. We're going to be talking about due diligence and property analysis and just being able to dive into the details. And so it sounds like we're going to get a list here pretty quick. And
so this is going to be live.
And yeah, so the email is supposed to show up any minute now. And when it does, then we will pull that up and we'll dive into a property cold, ones that we just haven't even looked at yet. So,
which is going to be fun. Those are, and most of them probably will find that there's no deal to be had, but at least you'll know what we look for and how we kind of run a quick analysis before we go look at it. Because most properties I go look at, I do the numbers long before I even go show up at the house, because if the numbers don't work, then I don't want to waste my time going looking at a house. When I first started, I was walking 6-8 properties a day, and I was running myself ragged. And then an investor buddy of mine, actually it was Chris Wilson again. He's like, "Why are you walking so many properties?" He said, "You know the area, don't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "You know what kind of property it is?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Can you get the MLS listing, or at least an old listing?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Then run your numbers." All on, he said, if it works out on what they're asking for and what you feel like you can rehab it for, he said, it doesn't have to be exact. He said, then if it looks like a good deal, then go walk the property. He said, otherwise, don't just go walk any property.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that seems awesome. So I started doing that. And it was amazing how many more offers I made, how many properties I was able to be serious about, and how many more deals I got done, because I was just every day, I was walking 6, 8, sometimes 10 properties. And I was trying to write things down, walking through, and I'm like, got to get the next one, got to get the next one. When if I could just sit for a couple hours, run all the numbers and all the properties, then I pick and choose what properties I'm going to walk.
Well, and I think it's really smart, because now you're looking at the numbers before you're looking at the property, which makes it easier to fall in love with the numbers.
Yes.
Before you fall in love with the property. Like I love owning property, but if the numbers don't work, I don't feed property.
Yeah.
I don't need something else to feed. I have enough mouths at home to take care of. I don't need properties to start to take away from that as well. So,
and then there's even some properties I've made an offer on before I even walk through it. The numbers are so good. I call up my real estate agent, because it's one that's listed. And I'm like, hey, let's write an offer on this. Is my offer. If it gets accepted, then I go walk it. And I always put in there a contingency upon my inspection. Mm-hmm. And if I walk through it, I'm like, whoa, this is not anything I thought it was going to be, then I just bail. But most of the time, it's pretty dang close. And most of the time, my numbers still work on the ones that I wrote offers on. But I had a couple agents that were like, because a percentage I didn't. And they're like, I'm tired of writing offers, you're not closing. I'm like, what about the 2 I did last month? How many other people are buying 2 a month? Like, what are you talking about? So you have to write 6 offers and I end up closing on 2? That's too much work? And then he was like, oh, I guess that's true. All right, hey, whatever you need to
do. Well, and you think about those sellers, or you think about the agents. I mean, a bird in hand is better than 2 in the bush.
It's true.
Right? If nobody's making offers, then, I mean, somebody that will is actually a conversation that looks like it'll turn real.
Yeah, and it's a legitimate offer. I'm not just throwing offers willy-nilly. It's something I've ran the numbers on, something that looks like it'll work, and I write an offer. And then sometimes I walk through and I'm like, whoa, this is way, way worse than what I thought it was going to be, or just something goofy about the property, or maybe I found 2 that I like better than that one, and so I bail on that one because of that. Not because of the numbers, but 2 of them are better than that one. And sometimes I'll even wholesale that one off, because it's still a good deal, because they, if they accept my offer.
Yeah.
So just be, anyways, I'm excited about this. So let's just jump into it.
Cool.
I can get into talking about so many things.
All right, so let's dive into the property. Just open this up from the email. And
this is in Rigby.
This is in Rigby. It's 3,400 square feet, which actually is not bad per square foot. It just depends on
a big house.
On the quality of the square footage, right? Mm-hmm. So you have a 5-bed, 2-bath. Let's just scroll through the photos. I mean, you have some
Looks
old
fairly decent, but
appeals, but
orange oak is always dated, right? It's got some paneling there.
looks like some pink carpet, or if that's like a pad.
That's a dusty rose. That's what they call that.
Dusty rose. Yeah.
That screams 1990s. Right
Actually,
there.
you know what? I was comparing two different carpets the other day, and I was like, oh man, this has some tans and some browns in it, and I'm like, dusty rose. Like dusty rose.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Just has that appeal.
Yep, yep.
So,
Got some wallpaper there. Some old fluorescence.
and wallpaper, oddly enough, is coming back.
It is.
And so that doesn't necessarily take away from the property. In fact, I just talked to a young couple that just bought a wallpaper company, and they have thousands of designs that they're able to come in and clean up a property and do it all with wallpaper.
It's got to be better than what they used to do in the 70s to put wallpaper up with the wet and the roller and the...
It is.
It's
like a giant sticker.
Is it? Okay.
It really is.
It's got a technology. Put a man on the moon, you'd think they'd improve wallpaper, right?
You would think. So yeah, I mean, some dated appeals, but ultimately a nice big house with square footage.
So what are the windows? The windows look like they older, or can you tell if they're vinyl? I can't tell.
This one kind of looks metal.
It does look like that black metal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. So probably double or triple pane black metal windows, which aren't horrible as long as the seals haven't broken and they're not all fogged over.
And when you're calculating the replacement of windows, what are you calculating per window typically?
Depends on the size of the average window, but anywhere from $400 to $600 a window.
Okay.
And that's installed and purchase of the window.
Okay.
For the most part.
Very good.
Yeah. Is that an old? Expand that one. Oh, look at that HVAC system. I wonder if that's still running. That's an oil. That's a diesel. See the line coming off of there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a diesel one. And then look at that old water heater. Oh, that's not even hooked up. That must just be sitting there. Oh, wait. Look at that. That's a new HVAC system. So I'll bet you that's just abandoned sitting down there. That's a good thing. HVAC system, that's 10 grand right there. So if that's newer, that's awesome.
That could be good.
Yeah, that could be really good.
Some storage rooms.
That's some old foundation. Look at that. Oh yeah, there's the new one right there.
There's your new one.
Yeah, look at that. That's an old poured in place foundation. See all that aggregate and rock?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not that it's bad. It's just, it's just the way it looks.
Yeah.
Some people it freaks out.
Well, you look at that new furnace, then you go back to this one, like, oh man, the thing is way smaller than this.
More efficient.
Okay.
Is that a shop or shed?
Yeah, looks like.
Oh, it's neither. More of a lean-to with a dirt floor.
There it is. All right.
How's that siding look? Go down. I just want to check that out right there. That's that old wood siding, which isn't horrible.
Getting kind of rough. I love that door, though.
That first step's a doozy, though.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's got some aluminum windows there too. All right, well, this is going to be a pretty good rehab. Not a total gut, but we're gonna be doing some stuff to this. This is not just a lipstick on the pig event, but.
So the nice thing is that you don't have to do the HVAC.
Yep.
The plumbing, don't recall.
Did it have any?
Really looking at the plumbing. Looks like you have some PEX that's been done.
Some black, and then you got some galvanized there, which isn't, horrible, but.
Yeah.
Was there any good shots of the roof? Oh, right there. Check that one out. That's an old 3 tab. Nice picture of the trees. Oh, that's a little better. I'll have to see what that roof's like, but.
Okay, so if we just look at, some of the details here. So we're looking at, I would say, $140 a square foot. Is that about the calculation? I just pull out so we have 239.9 divided by 34.24. 34.24.
Is that 70 square foot? So that's not bad.
Look at that. Well, you should have pointed that out.
Sorry,
way
I
earlier.
didn't see it till after you
didn't-
already
yeah, you
calculated.
didn't. Jeez, going through all this work, man. He's just like, oh, there's
I know how
70,
much you like numbers. I
$70 a square foot, Colter. You're a moron. Fun exercise, though. I'm glad we're doing this on the off the cuff,
see,
right?
see. So 70 to get anything $70 a square foot is a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
But what could we sell this for 3,400 square feet if it was all fixed up? That's what we got to find out.
Well, and the other thing is, like, how can you add value? Can this be
Yes.
split into 2 different units, or is
Oh,
it
yeah.
one, or and how can we go about that? So
Big lot is it? Does it say?
I haven't seen that yet. I think we'll see that right down here. This is just a Zillow listing, and so doesn't always have lot size is 8,000 square feet.
So what is that? How many square feet's in an acre? I don't know either. I should know that off the top of my head. Why don't I know that?
It's over. Is it 40,000?
I think
It's like
40,000, something like that.
All right. This is how we do research.
Yep.
Because we don't remember everything. How many square?
43, 560. Yep. So how many square feet was this one? 8,000? Man, that's not even a quarter acre then. Barely a quarter acre, right?
Well, 8276 is 0.19 of an acre. So less than a fifth of an acre.
Yeah, that's a small lot. Still doesn't mean that it's not worth something. Annual taxes. Buyer's agent fee 2%.
Listing terms is cash. Okay. So I guess, Jason, what stands out to you on this property as we go through
It's big.
numbers?
Number one,
Yep.
which is good, and it's cheap per square foot, which is good. So I mean, even if we sold this for 1,000 square feet, 1,000 or $100 square foot, sorry, $100 square foot, that means we could get $350,000 for it, pretty close.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I mean, houses are going for more than $100 a square foot right now. I mean, some are going for $160 a square foot. So if we just did $100 a square foot, fixing this thing up, we should be able to sell for $350,000. Now, could we, with hard money costs and everything else, at $240, could we rehab it for $40,000, $50,000 plus fees? I think there might be a deal there.
Yeah, I think there might be.
Yeah, just running off of square footage, and it's in Rigby, right?
And I think if you were to clean, I mean, you could go in and change flooring and whatnot, but if you were just to clean up the exterior, I mean, this is a very functional house. It doesn't
Yeah.
look like anything seriously damaged or water damaged.
It's move-in ready.
I think that, of course, it has these older appeals, but there's buyers in this market for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you could get into this one,
Clean it up,
clean up the exterior,
paint it on the outside maybe.
and I think that you'd have, I mean, at least a $300,000 house.
Yeah, I think you're right.
$350 is $100 a square foot. A lot, and like you say, a lot of things are going for $150, $160 a square foot, and and when it's really nice, you're looking
Yeah.
at $200. But
Yeah,
so yeah, I think this could be a deal.
I do too. I really do. Just off square footage alone, and 5 bedrooms, was it 2 baths? 5 bedrooms, 2 baths. That's awesome for a big family to be able to buy a house they could all live in for under $350,000, and they're still $100 a square foot, or just barely over. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And if you went through, like you said, painted it, I would leave the windows unless the windows were trashed. I mean, we haven't seen it yet, so there may be some extra expenses, but this is something I would make an offer on and then go walk it, definitely, because the numbers pan out. Yeah, let's see where it's at in Rigby,
It's right downtown Rigby.
next to the nuclear site. No, I'm just kidding. That's why it's so cheap. Oh yeah, there's the arena. So that's just on.
On First Street.
Oh, that's on that main street that goes out to, but it's set back a little bit. Huh. Yeah, I mean, it may be that it's cheaper because of location, but even that, man, it's a nice tree.
Yeah.
Can't see the house.
It's not,
Pop that one over.
they don't,
Hit that arrow. There you go.
They don't live in a shoe, but they might live in a tree.
And I wouldn't want to yank that tree out, but I would want to yank that tree out. See, some of the other trees are really hitting. So
Yeah.
if you painted that place and trim those trees back and clean the place up, replace things that are broken with that new HVAC system, that it might be a lipstick on the pig. You might be able to just throw that right back on and sell for $320.
Yeah, there's some nice little homes there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
This is a house I would make an offer on. I really would. Yeah. It's a great place.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, very good.
So I know that wasn't too technical for people watching, but it's kind of how you work a deal. You look at location, you look at what's wrong with the house, what's positive about the house, and then you look at square footage, what in the area is selling per square footage, what you can buy it for, what you think you could sell it for, your ARV, and that's how you make an offer. I mean, if this came in if this was already, let's say $375,000, then our numbers would be a lot tighter. Then we might, when we do it, we're like, wow, even if you fix it up, you may only get $120, $130 a square foot. So that may not be a deal, but they're already starting at way below $70 a square foot. And in this market, that's really good to find any house with that much square footage. And you're looking for a family, there's 5 bedrooms. So that really takes your buying power and people that want to buy it, opens that up a lot. So that's got some huge positives, I think. Good find.
Yeah, I agree. Are we diving into another one?
Yeah, let's do another one.
Okay.
All right, Ryan's going to send us another one.